Hello there, and on this video I'm going to show you what you need in order to start a very profitable poultry farming business this year. I'm going to show you so that you can make the right choices for you, and this is able to help you make more money in your poultry farming business. And before you do that, please ensure that you press that subscribe button, because it's going to support this channel and support me in a very great way. Please do it. It is free to subscribe. Thank you very much. So we have several things that you have to know before we start our poultry farming business, and there are about 6 things that we are going to look into so that we can you can invest in this poultry farming business. And the first thing is choosing the right sector for you to invest, and we have about 4 sectors in which we can choose to start our own poultry farming business. The first sector is to invest in the egg or meat production sector in this poultry farming business, and that is, you can either decide to keep rare chickens which will be giving you eggs, or you can either choose broiler chicken which are meant to give you meat, and otherwise you can choose local chickens or the indigenous chickens which you can keep in free range and be selling the meat, or you can be selling the eggs. And also you can invest in other kind of poultry such as ducks, geese and turkey, which are also very lucrative businesses. Another sector or subsector in which you can invest in this poultry farming is the hatchery business. This hatchery business, you can either keep the brooded chicken which will be hatching the eggs for you, or you can buy an incubator that will be hatching the eggs for you, and you can decide either whether you want to keep these chickens to be giving you fertilized eggs, or you can decide whether you'll be selling the day-old chicks after the hen or the incubator has hatched for you. And I would advise you to be selling the day-old chicks before that, because that is more profitable than selling the fertilized eggs. Also, you have another subsector in this poultry farming, and that is the feed production business. And this feed production, all you need to start with is to get access to a source whereby you can be getting quality and cheap raw materials, and these raw materials include maize, soybean, cottonseed cake, and you have to ensure that you get, especially for proteins, because they're the ones which cost more. You should be able to get a source whereby it is very cheap, and also consider that it should always be of good quality, because you have to sell to farmers something that you yourself would like to use or you like to buy from other companies. Also, another subsector in which you can invest in this poultry industry is the processing of the meat or the eggs. And for the meat, you can either buy the hens or the chickens from other farmers who want to sell off or slaughter their chickens, and you can process this into special cuts such as the breast, the drumstick, and you can sell it in the market at a high much profit. And that's going to ensure that you get a high margin when you sell into different cuts instead of selling it as a whole, as a whole chicken. And you can also process these eggs into pasteurized eggs, and which will make you more money. Or you can either packages these eggs into crates and distribute in the urban areas, which will give you a margin that will make you business profitable. The other thing that you should consider before you start a poultry farming business is the right location for your poultry farm if you're going to start a farm. And this location is necessary because you have to ensure that you get a place whereby there's good access roads and there's available electricity, and that place should have access to very clean water, because chickens need water for their digestion. And as you'll be doing that, ensure that the place where you'll be putting your farm, there's good internet connectivity, because you have to be accessing information and communicating around with other farmers across the country. Also, you have to ensure that when you locate your farm, ensure that you consider labor, because as you move away from the cities, labor will be so cheap, and that will be profitable for your business, because if the labor is cheap, also the production cost will be cheap, and you'll be selling your produce at the average cost in the market. And if you're going to locate your poultry farm near the city, you should know that the labor cost, when you locate that your poultry farm near the cities, will be so much high that you're not able to make a very good margin, because the production cost will be so high. Also, you have to locate your farm whereby it is nearby the city, so that you can have easy access to the market. So you have to consider 2 things: either you want to have cheap labor or have easy access to the market. That's up to you to decide whether or where you're going to locate your poultry farming business. The other thing that you should consider before starting your own poultry farm is to ensure that you have finances. These finances, you're going to invest these finances in several ways. You're either going to buy land if you don't have land, and also you're going to buy the chicks, the accessories such as drinkers, feeders, the brooding, machines, and you can get this kind of, finances. You can either get from your savings or a bank, but I will advise you, ensure that as you start out, start small, but you can start it using your own savings. And if you see that this business is viable that you have started, you should just, ask other family members or friends to support you by giving you small loans, and may even go to the bank to ask for financial aid. And as you're buying your chicks, ensure that you get your chicks from approved dealer, for chicks. You don't have to get your chicks from, from fake dealers, which, the chicks are not guaranteed to be high quality, because you have to start your own poultry farming, having the best chicks for you to make a very good business. And if you're going to start, for the hens, you use for hatching, ensure that you get a very good breed, because a very good breed will have the qualities that will be passed down to the chicks, and that will make your business good. Also ensure that the hen is broody, and you can keep, for every 10 hens you should have 1 cock, so that the eggs can be fertilized. Also, the other thing that you should consider before starting your own poultry farm is to have access to the market. And this access to the market, you start a poultry farm that you know that there's demand for that product. And for example, if you're staying near an urban area, you should start a poultry farm, for eggs or for broilers, because you know that the chicken meat is readily, marketable in the nearby areas. That is why you should start, businesses that have demand, and you should be able to know how the market works, and you can do that by asking other farmers who are doing that. And also, when you're going to access the market, ensure that you put your farm in a place whereby there's a good transport network, because you don't want to be having issues during transportation of your products to the market. And for the marketing, ensure that you do proper advertising through word of mouth, and you can also use the online, using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube to advertise your products to other people, to other consumers across the country. The other thing that you should know before starting a poultry farm is to ensure that you have access to the right information, and you can do this by consulting other farmers or consulting a veterinary officer. And the best thing you can do is that you can access the information also from books which are available online, which may be available for free, or you can either buy from reputable websites. Also, the best way in which you can get the best information is by visiting other farmers who are doing what you want to do, and that you are going to get the information right from the farmers who are already succeeding in that industry that you like to invest. Also, when you start a poultry farm, you have to ensure that you always consult a veterinary officer, so that he or she can be able to treat your chickens when they are sick. And I'm sure the veterinary officer will be able to advise you on the best medication or the best feeds for your chickens, which will be very good for you to make a very good profit. And these are the 5 things that you should consider before starting your poultry farm this year. I hope this video will be helpful to you, and if you have any other question or comment, or any other idea, please comment on the section below. I'll be eager to answer you. So see you on the next one.